This could be a good one. Except I learned it from someone on Stormfront, a friend of Stormfront.
Thank you, Stormfront. You're one of our biggest supporters.
Good morning, Jew.
Good morning, Jew. How are you?
I'm pretty well. I'm excited to be able to hear you this week.
Thank you.
I'm Heather Gold. I'm in Oakland.
And I'm Katie Halper with a voice, once again, in New York City.
So, Katie, every week you like to say a little something about somebody. I'm already like an 80-year-old Jew without even trying.
Are you it could be dyslexia.
I think it's perimenopause.
Oh, okay.
It's what it is. I'm a middle-aged lady.
This person, I can't believe they're not Jewish of the week, is someone who won an Academy Award.
Practically Jewish right there.
Right, practically Jewish. Is an actor already, and in Hollywood, already Jewish.
In Morning Jew's version of Jewish, they're already Jewish.
Right. He played Mordecai in a movie or play called Esther, and he looks pretty Jewish. And his name is pretty Jewish. But I'll tell you a little something about him. This is how you know he's not Jewish. He's the son of a housewife, not that tells you, but the son of an auto mechanic. And his father, Jewish, his father, the auto mechanic, was an Assyrian Christian who immigrated from Syria during the 1920s famine. Kind of Jewish, immigrating.
That's really like a minority religion in a Middle Eastern country, and shit gets bad, and you leave and go to America.
And you bounce. His paternal grandfather was a chanter in the Syriac Orthodox Church, so that's almost like being a cantor in the non-Syriac Orthodox synagogue. I don't even know if Orthodox synagogues have cantors. And his mother's an Italian-American, who was the daughter of an immigrant who worked in the coal mines of western Pennsylvania. That sounds like Rick Santorum. I'm talking about none other than someone who was born with the name Murray Abraham, but has actually changed it to F. Murray Abraham.
He changed his name to fuck you, me, fuck me, F.
F.
F. Murray Abraham.
He said that the name didn't seem to have anything to it, so he framed it with the F.
He picked F.
He was also a gang member during his teen years.
So some casting directors like get me a Murray Abraham, F. Murray Abraham.
That's funny. He's Jewish. He's self-deprecating.
Name that Jew. I'll tell you. You know her as the star of The Golden Girls and Maude.
Oh.
Or perhaps that painting of her naked and topless. But B. Arthur's real name, may she rest in peace, was Frankel. Bernice Frankel.
Bernice Frankel. So she's really a B. Frankel. And then changed it to B. Arthur.
Yeah, Bernice Frankel. Not only that, here's an interesting tidbit. She served in the U.S. Marine Corps in World War II.
As what?
I don't know. Whatever they let women do.
Whoa.
She looks badass.
She's getting butchered by the minute.
She was married to 2 guys. You know, she looks like she'd go to my church for sure.
The one that Connie goes to.
Who knows? She was great and hilarious and has some of the best clips on the internet in the world are her. Honest to God.
Nobody. It's going to rain on my...
So this week, we got to finally meet, sort of virtually in person, Katie's Aunt Linda with our new mensch of the week. She usually has a Shonda, but this week, she was a happy person this week.
Yeah, just to explain, this is my Aunt Linda, my paternal uncle's wife. She's a longtime listener and fan of Morning Jew, and she's a first-time caller. Yeah, in fact, my uncle says it drives him crazy. They'll be in bed and, going to sleep, and she's listening to it and laughing. So let's play this little thing with Linda. Can you tell us about Bernie Sanders?
Sure. He is the independent senator from Vermont. He's a Democratic socialist. Oh, my God. He was on Bill O'Reilly the other night, and Bill O'Reilly went after the socialist business, you can imagine. I did listen to his filibuster, which was like an 8-hour thing. It was amazing. I was so proud of him. He's thinking about running for president, and I hope it's just in primaries and get the conversation more left-leaning.
Right.
I hope he's not going to be an independent and a spoiler, and then, therefore, he would then join the Shonda list, like some of the other Jewish Shondas, Grayson and Weiner, had been on MSNBC 24/7 He is also, but you don't get the feeling that he's showboating. In his younger years, he went to the University of Chicago. He was a psychology major. Then he did film. Then he did carpentry.
Wait, carpentry? A Jew doing carpentry? I only know two other ones who do that, and that's Jesus and my Uncle Ricky.
And I have one other one,
Who?
Harrison Ford.
How good is she?
Harrison Ford is a Jew? No. Okay, so our mention of the week is Bernie Sanders for politically bringing up wealth inequality in the national.
Consistently great.
We've got Scarlett Johansson, because Bernie Sanders absolutely brings up Scarlett Johansson to mind, who's also another one of those I can't believe they're not Jewish people.
No, I can't believe they are Jewish.
Yes, sorry, I can't believe they are Jewish. Who was recently also on Morning Jew for her braid. Or maybe we didn't talk about her for her Soda Stream. She got a lot of press recently because she hasn't backed down from her paid representation of a company that makes these amazing, seltzer makers for your house, but they are made in the occupied territories, which is not great.
And in fact, she stepped down from her leadership, from her role as an ambassador for Oxfam, because of the check she's getting from Soda Time. Right. We don't have to give the company's name. Right. In the occupied territories. She complained this week about Dylan Farrow. A journalist in The Guardian writes, last month, Dylan Farrow, Alan's estranged daughter, published an open letter in which she accused him of abusing her and condemned the film industry's silence on the matter. In it, she pointed a finger at actors who have worked with Alan, including Johansson.
Right.
It must have been a very uncomfortable experience being named in the letter, I say. How did you respond to it? And this is what Scarlett Johansson responded to the journalist. I think it's irresponsible to take a bunch of actors that will have a Google alert on and to suddenly throw their name into a situation that none of us could possibly knowingly comment on. That just really feels irresponsible to me. You know what I wanted to ask?
What? You mean to ask what to ask Scarlett Johansson?
Because Dylan Farrow asks Scarlett Johansson, what if it had been you?
That's right.
And what I would have asked if I were Scarlett Johansson is I would have said, Dylan, what if it had been your Google alert that was going off? Your inbox getting Google alerts.
What it would clearly be the most traumatic part of your life.
So, I mean,
also,
then
people would have arguments that she made it up, that maybe it was planted by her mother in her head, the idea of having a Google alert that's clearly manufactured. Women do that to their kids all the time. Put the idea in their head to have a Google alert with their name on it.
In the 90s, that was a huge thing. Phil Donahue
and then
always
other people who are really callous and unthinking and unfeeling would just say stuff with their name in it, and it would come up in their Google alert, and they'd be really traumatized. Right. So it's hard to know who is more self-absorbed in the story. Really?
Right. Maybe that's why
Woody
they get along
Allen,
so
Scarlett
well.
Johansson.
It's hard to imagine someone writing an article about their sexual abuse without reflecting on the impact it would have on someone's Google alerts. It's hard to think that we live in an age when people don't respect the Google alert boundary.
It's true. Really, there's no more intimate, personal sphere of careful vulnerability today than your Google alert.
Yeah.
Box.
She basically invaded her Google alert box, and I think that if Dylan is telling the truth and that happened to her, then I think Scarlett just felt what Dylan went through by what Dylan did to her. Via
Worse.
Google. Worse.
Oh my God. I mean, we know all about sex and vaginas and anuses and parents. We've heard it a million times, but a Google alert box? Who has heard of that being invaded? That's like almost unknown. It's a new level.
It's supposed to be a safe space.
Of horror.
A violation. It's like the old saying, at first they went for the Google alerts and I didn't say anything because I didn't have one.
It's exactly like that. I don't know, do you want to call her Shonda of the week?
I mean, there's like, she's pretty, that's a Shonda.
She's outdone Woody Allen, which is amazing. Yeah. Amazing.
She's a Shonda. She's a double Shonda because the Soda Stream and this, she's double Shonda. SS. Think about that, what that stands for. After condemning people for Nazi analogies.
When they named Soda Stream, you think they would have thought of that?
Oh, I never even thought of that. This is like some weird, like, Da Vinci Code shit that we're doing right now.
We're coming up with some weird Kabbalistic Nazi. Yeah. Since we're on a Nazi binge, let's talk about the White Man March.
Oh, great segue.
What could be more exciting to a Jew than a White Man March?
Well, when you hear how it turns out, it actually is pretty exciting. But spoiler alert.
It's the fastest way to get the Jewish marathon to happen. It's the White Man March. It's in response, running the other way.
The Jewathon, yeah, it's true.
Yeah, it's true. It's the only way you get us to all run. Well, so we're going to start out this week.
Anything besides the country and the media.
And the banking system.
The White Man March, where apparently, according to the headline, tens of people came out to attend this White Man March.
Tens.
Yeah.
But it got a lot of press for tens of people, which just shows how little it takes for white men to get press.
The guy who started this guy named Kyle Hunt, I think his name is. I'll check it.
A guy whose name is K. Hunt.
Oh my God, is that right?
No way. Isn't this like a phony phone call name? Kyle Hunt.
It is?
It's his K. Hunt.
Cunt. This explains so much. Why do you have anger management problems? Because your name is Cunt. So Cunt organizes. I think he's 30. He is from Cape Cod, and he went to Amherst, and he worked for Google. And at Amherst, he majored in psychology and art and dance. You know, typical white supremacist profile. My theory is that he didn't get any in Amherst, and he had an adverse reaction to his lack of sex life.
Why would Aryan Nation people want to be led by a guy who looks like he sells like lacquered beechwood? That's what I want to know.
And patchouli.
Yeah, he's trained to be a Pilates instructor.
Is he really?
No, maybe.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if Amherst had that.
You know what?
degree.
I'm racial profiling this guy, is what I'm doing.
I expect to run into him at an Indigo Girls concert or something. It led to a funny Twitter trend of hashtag, which was white man protest signs. One of the ones I did was at first they came for the Jews and I didn't say anything because I wasn't Jewish. End scene. What do we want? Status quo. When do we want it? Yesterday.
The thing about a white man march for Jews is, we've been around a white man march. It's usually very in unison with little shiny outfits.
Right.
And we end up in attics and kind of in the woods.
If we're lucky, we end up in an attic. Twitter didn't really get what it was responding to. This is very much white people who don't consider Jews white.
Hey everyone, we're here to wrap up the show in different outfits because, a girl likes to keep her options open. So this week, was it good for the Jews? Bernie Sanders running for president.
Good.
Katie says yes.
Always good.
I say yes. Aunt Linda says yes, unless he runs as an independent.
With a caveat.
Yeah.
Right.
In which case, he's a Shonda. There's
Right.
nothing in between for him. He gets two options.
Fine line. He's a spoiler independent. He's a Shonda. If he runs as Democrat, he's a mensch.
Scarlett Johansson. Scarlett Johansson is...
A.K.A. Johansson.
Is repping SodaStream, and more than that, is concerned about what Dylan Farrow did to her Google alerts. This is a Shonda. This
Double
is
Shonda.
bad for everyone.
SS. Bad for everyone.
Including the Jews. Although it did out SodaStream's SS name in a bizarre
True.
way. Okay.
True.
White Man March.
Good for the Jews. Only tens of people showed up. Nice reminder of how far we've come.
There's a little upside of the White Man March. As long as the White Man March is under a minion.
Exactly.
It's safe. Over that, it's a concern.
Sub-minion, yeah.
All right. Well, I'll see you next week, Katie.
Okay,
I hope you're feeling
nice
better.
to see you. Thank you. See you later.